Of pickleball, what she's capable of, and it is a lot. We'll see if her singles is ready. Let's play pickleball. Brilliant start for Zoe right there. Good passes on both sides.
Yeah, two-hander, and we saw in doubles her taking that one-hander out of the air. Less opportunities to do that in singles.
Side out.
Yeah, missed contact point there. It is a bit breezy. A lot of video boards and bleachers down on championship court, so it's kind of calm, and then it kicks up at the last second often.
Yeah, you can just look at the tarps on the side of the court to see the impact, and it is gusty here. It has certainly impacted play. It is going to be a factor as we head to the quarters and semis.
Side out.
That's a great return to the forehand side of Catherine Parenteau. And Zoe won 2 points ago. She used a couple drops as well, so she's not just completely ripping through from the back of the court, showing some variety.
Point.
I mean, backhand down the line, clean like that is no joke. That's the hardest shot to hit.
From the middle of the court, your timing through the zone must be impeccable on that shot.
And just lovely touch in the front of the court, and Zoe Wang is off to a fantastic start.
Smooth. Smooth. Not a lot of wasted motion early in her career. Very impressive from my point of view.
Side out.
It's a nice hold from Catherine, as I think it would have been easy to just break to the open court and look for that cross court. Great anticipation from her, and she stripes a cross court volley for the winner.
Side out.
Got away with not my favorite drop volley for someone that moves as well as Catherine.
Yeah, Catherine took a crack at the body on that last ball, but caught the net. But that's the second time we've seen a short volley from Wang.
Side out.
I mean, popular in all aspects of singles, meaning men's and women's, but especially on the women's side.
That is just beautiful from Zoe Wang. And if you're wondering, you know, you got to get in that cool kids club. We did as we made our climb to get partners. Colin Johnson mixed for her this week. So again, just you know, finding those opportunities.
Got to step up slowly but surely.
Side out.
So Catherine hasn't seen a lot of her. I'm sure she and Athena looked at what they could. What do you do when you're playing somebody new or new to you?
1-3.
Right after this point, Dave. Well, number one is just focus on you, which is a great way to start, especially when you're the #2 seed. But, you know, possibly, you know, you notice in warm-ups and singles, you warm up with your opponent. Doubles, often you're warming up with your partner. So you notice a few things, maybe target a backhand, maybe see how fluid they are from the kitchen line with their volleys, and pick up any little bits of information you can.
Side out.
And that's that one-handed roll that we saw in double. She got an opportunity to use it in singles, and it's a good one.
Three, two. Side out.
Loved the idea of that, but just pushed it deep because she was ready to take over. So
2-3.
Chance for Catherine to get back tied up here. Wow, and I think that caught there. Unbelievable. Zoe used every last bit of reach that she had on this next one and got there. And that shows you this woman can move, man.
Side out.
This is where, though, against a player like Catherine, we've had a missed serve, couple missed thirds. Just can't. You want to stack some points here.
Cannot, because you got to take full advantage of those opportunities, because they're going to be few and far between.
Point.
Big serve from Catherine. As that ball bouncing before it gets to the tape. Clear miss hit from Zoe, but you have to tip your cap to Catherine's serve on that last point.
3-3. Point.
Little brilliant short hop from Catherine there.
Yeah, she has the feel. Those short hops and those half
4-3.
volleys, high degree of difficulty shots.
Side out.
Same lady. So when it's windy, what would you prefer in singles? To be wind at your back or wind in your face?
I think for
3-4.
singles, I want to be with. For doubles, I want it to be in my face. And it's
Side
tough
out.
because when it's with you, you might have to pull back a little bit, go 70 or 80%. But, you know, when that ball just kind of floats up there and hits short, it's such an advantage for your opponent. So I want a little
4-3.
extra oomph at my back.
Point.
That's another one where Wang has had a great look at something and just pulled it wide.
And her opponent guessed wrong as well. So she had a big opening on the cross-court
5-3.
forehand and couldn't find it.
Point. Time in. 6-3.
That is tremendous from Zoe Wang.
Yes, it is. Nice control of the kitchen line. She's going to need more of that because Catherine has looked to stay back on quite a few of these points early.
3-6. Point.
And that could be also a feeling out process for Catherine. When she stays back, she gets more touches
4-6.
and she can kind of see the strengths and the weaknesses of her opponent.
Oh,
Side out.
man, how many? There's 3 of those, Adam.
And I don't know, I mean, Catherine has guessed very wrong a couple times, and she's such a great anticipator that doesn't happen frequently. But maybe not the best roll from Zoe Wang, but I like that she's trying that.
Yeah.
She's not just
Yep.
blasting away. She is, seems like she has a real
7-4.
strategy and thought process from which shots to use.
I mean, come on, Catherine Parenteau. I always call her the best firefighter out there from getting out of trouble. Man, that's impressive.
And it wasn't even a corner of the court from the back of the court. She was up and back as well. So lateral movement and north-south movement.
Unbelievable.
On point for her.
Side out.
Yeah, and that's a pretty hard split step from Catherine. Well to the left side of the center line.
She has really favored that, and Zoe's had 4 looks, finally got one down to win the rally, but we're going to just pass this around the infield here. And basically, when it's a new ball, like it used to be, what's the wear of a new ball is going to look the same to pretty much everybody. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I think it was called deep before that ball hit the net. I don't think this is a side out. I think this is a point. Oh.
Wow.
Oh, she's playing that good in the back.
I thought for sure she stopped the play.
Because of the way she reacted to that.
Exactly.
Interesting. Okay. Could have been one of those, Adam, where that's got to be out, and then a little wind gust hits the line, and you're like, oh, no, I got to play this.
Yeah, definitely a possibility. And a middle return and a middle approach to the net on that last point.
Point.
Yeah, that's just too much
Game
depth
point.
Yes,
on the
and then-
approach from Catherine.
And after being in a
10-4.
hole early, she has roared back and has a game point and gets it
Point
done right
game,
there.
on
So
four. Timeout.
cream often rises, and Catherine Parenteau looking very good here in Austin. Can Zoe Wang come up with a response? We'll see right after this.
The official ball of the PPA Tour.
Yeah, don't hit me, I'ma fall like face it. None of y'all can stop me saying with me like face it. Shut it down, you know I'm the one doing face it. None of y'all can stop me saying with me like yeah, face it. Yeah, face it. Yeah, face it.
Ball.
To have you with us on a Thursday
two,
afternoon at the
timing,
Veolia
0-0.
Austin Open, powered by Invited.
Point.
Yeah, got to get this cleaned up quickly, or this is not going to last long.
1-0.
I
Side
mean,
out.
that is gorgeous from the corner, and then a little inside-out short angle. Come on.
Pair those points
0-1.
with not missing on some of the other ones, and we're going to have a match. But it really was
Side out.
classic Catherine Parenteau at the end of game one. Like, probably only 3 or 4 winners from her,
Yeah.
but just boom, 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 all of a sudden paddles after she just squeezes the life out of you by giving you nothing. As Zoe Wang had a phenomenal
1-0.
start to game one, and then it was just over.
So the pulling inside in has been a big problem for Zoe here.
And it hasn't been a lot of deep and net errors. It's
2-0.
pulled wide to the sideline.
Side out.
It's a nice approach, and Catherine looking for that patented short roll cross court, but the approach too good.
0-2.
Yeah, I'd say the drop volleys aren't on point on either side of the court so far here.
Yeah, high risk, high reward. It looks so good when it works, but inviting your opponent forward, even in singles, not doubles,
1-2.
can be a disaster at times.
That's just
Side out.
pretty.
Yeah, it's
Coming
a
forward.
nice combination. And Zoe Wang, nice job on the full stretch, but when you're completely stretched out wide and your opponent is ready for that next ball, your court positioning is not where it needs to be.
Winner of this one gets the winner of
2-1.
Dom Schaefer and Georgia Johnson.
Side out.
Great return right on the back edge. I mean, it's a good start for Zoe. Now it's just clean this up.
Yeah, Catherine looked down at it and
1-2.
didn't put the one
yeah.
didn't put the one finger up.
Side out.
And the approach,
Unbelievable.
but Catherine forcing her to hit up. And she couldn't even get around that to hit a
2-1.
cross-court drop volley. She had the straight-ahead drop volley, which is much more difficult.
Point.
Same story. So if Zoe does not rally, that has been the shot that betrayed her.
Yeah, and really, you know, that could be, I mean, open stance is fine, but I think she needs to time that front shoulder through the
3-1.
zone. When you open up that front shoulder, that's when that ball can
Side
get
out.
hooked wide frequently. And she is making her errors in the same spot.
Yeah.
So that could be an easy fix for her.
1-3. Point.
And depth on all of
Yes.
the shots in that rally on point.
Great volley, kept Catherine off balance, and that is not an easy thing to do.
2-3. Side out.
Ditto.
Yeah, and like I said, could be an easy fix in the same spot. I prefer to make my errors wide, long, and in the net, which makes it more difficult to fix.
Yeah, let's have some variety in your mistakes, Adam. Wow, the stab volley. Catherine's looking up at the heavens because she
Timeout, receiver,
couldn't get
4-2.
a winner, and Catherine would desperately love to grab those.
4-2.
Hey, hey now.
Side out.
There you go. It starts with one, Dave.
Yeah.
It starts with one. Struck very cleanly. Yeah, and all these players, they want the rankings. They want the points.
Yes.
They want the better seed to get
That's the big.
better spots in the draw.
Two,
It's
four.
huge. It's huge.
Whatever thoughts came into her head at the timeout, my goodness, ropes of forehand and then 3 balls in about the exact same place, including inside-out backhand.
Yeah, and she waited on that first ball. Looked like she wanted to come in, wasn't deep enough, and then came in on the proper ball on the next shot.
Oh, just hits the
Side out.
tape there.
Yeah, Catherine, she was not going to be there. She didn't move, so tough with the flatter backhand up the line, but it was open.
4-3. Point.
But you can't, just can't.
Especially when
5-3.
Catherine is staying back a lot. Not always after she serves, but even more of a reason not to miss.
Point.
Yeah, I think that's the transition zone that it just takes a while to master.
6-3.
Reps. That's
Side
a
out.
great use of the front of the court again from Zoe. That one I like a lot more than the drop volley.
Yeah, and it's kind of in between. And so it's not just floating or sitting up. It is moving off the court away from her
3-6.
opponent.
Tremendous
out.
return within an inch of the baseline there from Catherine.
Yeah, and when you force your opponent to make an error, when they're not looking for that passing shot, that target, then you've hit a good return. And once again, if Catherine is staying back, Zoe cannot miss that ball. If she's coming
63.
forward and you're going for it, that's a different story.
Point.
Back to the forehand, betraying Zoe.
7-3. Point.
Did she call that?
I don't think so. I think she was like, please hit it back to me. Remember when you played Salome last week and you kept hitting it
8-3.
back to her? Maybe you'll do that again. Clearly, Catherine learned.
Yes.
Open court.
Point.
Wow, and after that timeout, things look like they were changed, and we have done an
9-3.
immediate 180. Can't get there.
Side out.
Yeah, from all the way pinned back to
Yeah.
her backhand corner to the front of the court on her forehand side. That's a long run for any player, especially even for someone that moves as well
Yeah.
as Catherine does.
So this is the time to find
3-9.
every last bit of magic.
Point.
Her flat back down the line backhand has been beautiful.
Yeah, it gets to the point very quickly, very quickly, and hits the
Man.
court and moves through
4-9.
it.
Unbelievable. Well, I asked for magic. That's 2 rallies in a row where we got it.
Yeah, and what, you're struggling with the
Timeout,
cross-court
receiver,
forehand. Easy fix, just
5-9.
hit it up the line, Dave.
Yeah. Favorite Lina Padiga-Mata, so that's a good
Time
win
in.
for Lacey.
5-9.
Oh, great dipper from Catherine Parenteau.
Side
And
out.
it's kind of roulette for the other ladies in the field until that Paris-Todd number
9-5.
starts coming
I
down.
know, it
you
is.
know?
Point.
You're like, where is
Back
she? Where
point.
is she? Okay, good. She's in the other half.
Yes, exactly
10-5.
right.
Side out.
Okay, 1 match point saved, so go for broke time for Zoe. We saw how many comebacks in Minnesota, so it's never over until you're tapping paddles. Oh, man.
Side out.
Yeah, it's, you know, just some of the
Match
quicker
point.
play that we've been seeing. I mean, even more important.
10-5. Side out.
And another, I'm going to just use the word poor drop volley there from Catherine. So those aren't working today, but everything else seems on point.
5-10.
And sometimes the wind helps you because all of a sudden you have not got your feet to set the way you wanted, and she jerked it all the way cross court.
Yeah, great shot. And to finish my thought from a couple points ago is the points are quicker, so sometimes the runs and the comebacks
6-10.
are a big part of it. Big swings.
That is just a rope. So, saved 1, 2 clean winners.
And I talked about that front side with some issues on the forehand, not on the
7-10.
backhand side, as that was held beautifully.
Oh,
Side
and
out.
then just aimed it, didn't swing
Match point.
through it. So match point back to Catherine Parenteau.
10-7.
That is just a purposeful point, down match point, my goodness.
Yeah, she had to have it. And I just like the ball trajectory. Not that one is right or wrong, but it's flatter and through the court for Zoe, and Catherine has that
7-10.
beautiful shape and
Yeah.
topspin. 2 different ways to get it done.
Side out.
That's
Match
been
point.
on the money so far today, but not right there. So another chance to move on to the quarters for Catherine.
10-7.
Oh, and the net
Game and
betrays us, and she does get it done. So
Well, a clean finish to your round of 16. Catherine, you are headed on through to that quarterfinal. How do you feel about your game out here?
Feeling pretty confident. The past 2 tournaments, I wasn't able to make it to Championship Sunday, so that's always the goal. But I feel good physically, so hopefully I can make it happen today, and we'll see. I'll keep fighting and see what happens.
Well, Zoe, one of the newer players on tour, but she's showing really good decision-making out there to me. Seems like there's a lot there that could get really good over time. What sets new players apart from other ones in terms of their skill and finesse?
Yeah, I would say, she has great ground strokes. I had to be really aggressive first. Whenever she was putting pressure, like just putting me on the corner and coming in, that felt a lot of pressure there. She was able to play some cat and mouse. That's usually a very tricky part when you come from tennis. Playing the cat and mouse is a soft game, but she was able to do it, and I think she's only going to get better from here.
Well, you are a citizen of Canada, but you moved to the U.S. for pickleball, which is really cool. You went through the whole visa process, which I know can be absolutely awful. I think you recently finished that. What was the result?
Yeah, no, I finally have a green card through pickleball, which I think it's pretty awesome. I'm super happy to be here living in the United States. And yeah, it was a long process. You know, it took probably 1.5 years or so, but I'm just super happy to be here and have my green card.
Well, we are happy to have you. Congratulations. We'll see you later today.